if you've watched my, I think it's my goal video, I've only got 2 videos, I don't know why I'm sort of thinking, which one is it? There's 2 videos. If you've watched my goal video, you would have seen that in that video, I wanted to post more on YouTube. I then proceeded to do one more post and then I've just stopped. But it's for good reason. And I guess this is a good time to do sort of a life update in terms of what I do in architecture. Also a probably good idea to introduce myself. So my name is Aaliyah. I'm a Part 2 architectural assistant and I am currently on a Part 3 course to qualify as an architect in the next year. Well, in a year, hopefully. I'm also a architecture mentor. I used to do this in the university, but now I do it more privately, which is fun. I run a platform currently mostly on Instagram called Archi Student Notes, which is what you're watching now. And it's a platform that I created last year just to help architecture students with whatever they're doing. So tips and tricks that I've learned over my now 9 years of experience. And I thought this would be a good way to do it. So where have I been? Those who follow me on Instagram wouldn't necessarily have noticed that I've sort of come away from content creation that much. But if you follow me on YouTube, or if you've only seen me on YouTube, you realise that, as I said, I haven't been around. But there's been good reason. So I guess this is a good time for a little bit of a life update. What am I doing as a Part 2 architectural assistant? Because whilst I am still a Part 2 architectural assistant, things have changed. So in January or February, I can't actually remember when I started posting, but at the beginning of the year, I was in an architecture job where I had to work from home because of various reasons, but I was working from home and I was realising that I really was not enjoying my job. There's various reasons why I wasn't enjoying my job, and I think that needs to be sort of a completely separate video on what to look for in an architectural job, when to know when to leave and all of that good stuff. But basically for me, I wasn't enjoying my job. So I decided at the beginning of the year that I was going to try and find a new job. So I did all the sort of things you usually do when you're trying to find a new job. So I analysed sort of my experience, I redid my CV, my portfolio, and started writing cover letters. Now, I think a lot of people, me included, when you are applying for a job and you're almost at that desperate point, it takes you sort of like, I don't know, 10 minutes to do a cover letter. You're like just copy and pasting all the different things that you've had from before into a cover letter. And that's what I did. And I was just sending them out everywhere. That wasn't a good idea. Again, another video idea for later, but I sent everything out, realised that what I was putting out wasn't my best work, which is, you know, what you really want to show. When you're applying for a job, you need to show them your best work. So I sort of went back, redid everything and really thought about the jobs that I was applying for. And there were loads of people who were telling me to do this at the time. Don't just apply for everything, but you know, sometimes it takes a little bit of a time for yourself to sort of catch up. So I redid my CV, I redid my cover letter, and I redid my portfolio, which was the biggest one, I think. I added some hand drawings and everything, and I sent that out. And I sent that out to, I think, 2 or 3 at the time. I was sending them out to literally everywhere, you know, that I could possibly work. But I sent them out to about 2 or 3, and I got a response, which was great. It's for the firm that I'm working for now. I've been working there for about a month and a half, and that's been going really well. So yeah, so I got the job. I immediately applied for my Part 3 course. So that is why there's just been a massive space between me sort of doing my last video and doing this video. Because before I wasn't happy, now I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty, situated? Comfortable. I'm comfortable. I'm in a Part 2 architectural assistant job that I'm enjoying, and I've just started my Part 3 course. Now, that brings me on to why have I decided to do this video now? What has brought me back? Well, I've tried to sort of record videos every so often, sort of like, I guess, twice maybe since the last time I actually uploaded. And they just haven't been what I've wanted. I've tried to write an entire script and sort of read off of that, and it wasn't working. And it was actually going to my Part 3 course, callback day, that sort of has prompted me to sort of start talking to a camera again. So in preparation for the Part 3 course, for the first day, we had to make a postcard. So a postcard that had our photo, it had the practice that we were working at, a brief description of our experience, and then sort of like a few images or an image of the work we were currently working on. I was able to do that, that was fine. And then on the day, it was sort of revealed that we would have to introduce ourselves with that postcard. I should have really known. So our postcards were put onto, they were projected onto the board behind us, and we would stand up and talk about ourselves basically. And when you saw your postcard come up, you would get up and go and talk. And I really don't like public speaking. I didn't realise what I've always known, but I didn't realise how much I did not like public speaking until I got to that point, because all I'm actually doing is getting up and talking about myself. That should be really easy, I know myself, but I found it really difficult. And it was the lead up to it. I think I've always sort of known that I've been like this, but it was the lead up to it that made me sort of realise how bad it had actually got. Because yeah, so we'd wait until we saw our name and we'd get up. So as I was waiting, I was noticing how much I'd changed. Like my palms were sweaty, Eminem song, but anyway, my my palms were sweaty. I was really nervous. I could feel myself almost vibrating, and I was looking around, and it didn't look like anyone else was like feeling any type of way. Everyone else seemed really calm and they were listening, and I was sitting there going, oh my god, I have to talk in front of all these people. They're like 40 people. I really don't know what I was scared of. So I got up. I sort of had like a little bit of a joke in my head as I got up, because I'd forgotten to put my last name up. But yeah, that was really nerve-wracking, and I talked really fast when I was doing it, and I came away from the experience and gone, okay, I need to get better at that. Like, I'm going to be an architect, and that involves a lot of speaking to groups of people, even in your own office. So there might be 2 people or 5 people, but you need to be able to talk to people confidently so that your ideas are brought across confidently, etc. So yeah, that was the sort of first thing that made me think I need to get better at this. I need to find some sort of way to be more confident in public speaking. I've been trying to get into listening to podcasts more often in the mornings, and I came across one from Diary of a CEO, Stephen. It sounds weird to say Stephen, like I know Stephen. It's just Diary of a CEO, Stephen from Diary of a CEO. And it's a podcast called How to Speak So Everyone Hears You. And it's with Julian Treasure. I believe he's done like one of the top people at TED Talks, if I'm remembering correctly. And it was an amazing podcast. I've listened to it on my way to work, continued listening to it when I was at work, because it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it was so good. It inspired me to sort of continue to start up my YouTube videos again, because when I was doing them at the beginning of the year, I noticed that I was a lot more confident in what I was doing and what I was saying. At the time I was a university tutor, and I had to do presentations every so often. As soon as I uploaded my first YouTube video and I'd sort of listened to myself talking, that experience, talking to the cohort of students at the beginning of every project, that became a lot easier. So that's why I'm here. I want to get better at this. I want to get better at just general speaking. If I'm talking to one of the students that I'm mentoring, I can talk, because, you know, I talk in my normal days. I think it's just any time where I'm sort of putting the pressure on myself, which is why I want to do these YouTube videos a lot more in a more sort of casual way. Like, I haven't put a script out. I've got sort of like notes next to me just to help if I need them, and an idea of obviously what I'm going to be talking about. But I really want it to be sort of me just talking to a camera, getting used to that, and then editing it afterwards just to see how it sounds and if there's anything that I can sort of change. So yeah, that's why. So I hope you can sort of enjoy the next few, I'm really hoping, next few YouTube videos that I upload and record, or record and upload. Hopefully you will see a difference in how I present myself, and I guess in the quality of what I'm recording or uploading or anything. And yeah, the videos that I'll be posting on here are going to be similar to what I post on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. We've got quite a few people over there, and I sort of share my tips and tricks and experiences, more so my experiences at the moment, of being a Part 2 architectural assistant and Part 3 student, and that's what I'm going to be doing more of here. So it's going to be a few more sort of talking videos where I'm just sort of explaining what's happening, and a few very dedicated ones. So at the moment I've got some people who are asking how to do certain things, like, so maybe doing like sort of tutorials or storytelling of experiences that I've had and what I've learned from them that might be helpful. Basically anything that would have been really helpful for me as a student, that's what I want to produce and upload to YouTube, and just Archie student notes in general. But it's been fun. I like doing it, and I hope you do too. So I don't know if that was quite rambly. Hopefully this is okay. I don't even know if I've got my microphone on or anything, but hopefully that's all good. I'll edit it, upload it, and I will see you in the next one. So bye.